And we are back, and looks like Ty France has taken for a ball 1-0, where they are playing against the Garrett Cole. Yes, I have made it to this game because my softball game canceled due to slight rain. And Ty France pops it up, and it is caught by the center fielder, and we are at 1 out at this very moment. I got a viewer in so far. Hopefully we can get the Jay Trident podcast once to get back.
Yeah.
How many viewers did you have?
I actually at one point had 12 was my max.
Yeah, 12. Oh, man.
At one point before the game, and it was at like 6, I think.
Oh, man. Teoscar Hernandez is up to the plate. And he is taking it from Garrett Cole at 47 pitches, and it's a swing and a miss, and it went outside the strike zone for strike 1. And we got people back. Stepped away. Stream was gone. Yes, it was. Let's go. I'm back. What up, Rooftop? What's up, Christian? And it's a ball 1 for Teoscar Hernandez. And yes, we are back as the Mariners will be squaring off against the Yankees. And good thing, the Mariners did win against the White Sox, but they should have swept them thanks to a Paul Sewald blown save and just the Mariners' inability to hold in extra innings. But Teoscar Hernandez is now working with a 1-2 count. There is 1 out. And 3 runs of the Yankees, they are leading at this very moment. And after this inning, and here's the pitch, ball 2. And after this, I have a video to show you as there was a little scandal that I had with the great Mariners Mojo, 7,000 subscribing channel. Had a little bit of a beef with them. I'll tell you exactly what happened after this inning with a video included.
So in about 30 seconds.
Pretty much.
Yeah, let's hope
we're at the 2-2 count
on Rooftop's channel, but it should be on mine too. So if you guys are on my channel, it's still there.
No, Animal Sanctuary. So yeah, I'm just recapping. It's about the video already posted. Here's a 2-2 swing and a miss, and it went to the dirt. Strike 3, and Teoscar Hernandez just strikes out against the Garrett Cole. And there is now 2 down. Don't know if the Mariners can really recover from this at all. And also, if you have not subscribed to the Rooftop Mariner, please do so. And that would be fantastic to help grow this channel, as one day I'd like to overthrow the Mariners Mojo. I know I'm sounding a little petty, but Jared Kelenic swings and to the second baseman. It's like the Yankees wanted me to show this video. So I'll give a quick little rundown. Mariners Mojo blocked my YouTube channel. And yeah, all right, yeah, I'll show it in just a very moment. But before I show it, hit the subscribe button. The Mariners Mojo YouTube channel, they just blocked my Twitter. Now, how did it get to that point? Well, I'm about to explain. Now, before I do, hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, as I would still love to keep growing this YouTube channel. So who is the Mariners Mojo?
2023 so far for the Seattle Mariners offense has been all about players that are underperforming.
So the Mariners Mojo is a Mariner-specific YouTube channel. They are at 7,000 subscribers plus, and they've been doing Mariners content for quite a bit. And from all the Mariners YouTube channels I've seen, they are one of the most popular ones. So kudos to them. Now, this video is not a knock on them. I'm not going to say don't follow them, don't subscribe to them. I'm not going to say anything like that. If you like them, still continue to be with them. At the same time, I would like you to help grow my channel as well. So here's exactly what happened. So Mariners Mojo made a tweet around the time when the Mariners lost to the Miami Marlins because of that Eugenio Suarez home run that was robbed.
The next offering, swinging a drive, hit pretty deep right field. Sanchez going back at the wall. He leaps, he made the catch! Oh!
Now, this is exactly what Mariners Mojo said. The Doomsday Mariner fans, quote, are going to do some mental gymnastics to spin this game into another, quote, the season is over, should have spent more, fire Scott and Jerry, etc., aren't they? So they were making a joke on it. Now, the problem I have with this tweet, yeah, I'll explain, because we are back from the break, and Mr. Trident, take it away.
Oh, that was that's that basketball guy throwing that.
Yeah, Victor, can't say his name. #1 overall pick for the San Antonio Spurs. He is one big dude and skinny. Look at that.
Oh my God, he is skinny. Here is Harrison Bader, I believe, leading off, and he will take a strike. And also, we got to keep tabs. J.P. Crawford was pulled from the game after his at-bat, so no word yet on – I mean, I'm assuming it's an injury, so no word yet on what happened there. But
Can't
here's the
afford
0-1.
that.
Nope. And that's fouled off 0-2. So no word yet from anybody on what it might have been. He didn't look – wasn't anything where he showed like, it looked like something was hurt and then came out. So hopefully he's okay. Yeah, nothing yet.
Nothing yet. But hey, Cole Young, if you're out there in Modesto, get ready. You might skip it to the major leagues. Just kidding.
Fly ball in the right field. Teoscar going over. It'll get into foul territory. And it'll remain 0-2 on Harrison Bader. He had the base hit before the Billy McKinney 2-run home run.
Ready, Set, Action's commentary. The only reason is because maybe he wants to spread awareness to bring the Sonics back to Seattle. Ever thought of that, pal?
I would rep a Sonics jersey at the game.
I did that many times too. Yeah. Come on, man.
The 0-2 to Harrison Bader. And it's going to be a fly ball to center field. Julio going back just shy of the warning track. He's got room for out number 1. But it is funny that at a baseball game, you've got the football hat and the Sonics jersey and nothing Mariners related. I didn't see it, though. I must have missed it. That will bring up the center fielder, Billy McKinney, who hit a bomb 2-run home run off of George Kirby his last time up. Continuing a trend of players I've never heard of killing the Mariners. That is a tradition unlike any other since 2004. McKinney sends that fly ball to left field, much shorter this time. Kellenic is there. Kirby filled in a little bit here after a rough first couple innings. He's now through 3 2/3, 57 pitches.
Yeah, it does make me remember before the 2003 season, the Yankees or the Mariners usually handled the Yankees pretty well from like 1995 all the way to 2003, with the exception of the playoffs. And of course, Bill Bavasi curse, I guess.
Yeah. That's up high 1-0 to the catcher, Jose Trevino. Oh, I got to check those out. I've not seen the All-Star Game hats. I got to go check them out.
I'm still about the OG 2001 ones.
Yeah, I like those. Those are cool. That's low, 2-0.
Risbo, one of my fans, says, guys, it's too soon in the season, but do you think AJ Pollock? Absolutely not. He's not getting any younger. Mariners could do a lot better than that.
Unless he just goes on some tear randomly. Even then, I don't know if I'd do it. That's a great.
They're not going to, because they didn't even give an extension to Carlos Santana, which I actually delusionally thought they should have given them a really small one if they could, but I guess they couldn't negotiate.
Yeah. It'd still be better than what they have at DH. So, I mean, it wouldn't have been the worst idea to give Santana. Here's the 2-1. That's going to be hit foul. 2-2 on Trevino. But yeah, unless Pollock, even if Pollock went off, and was amazing, I don't think there's any way he's back. Like Rooftop said, just too old. And I mean, especially right now, he's just done nothing. He's more of a DFA candidate than he is anything else right now. The 2-2 from Kirby to Trevino is on the way, and that's on the ground. Great stop by Ty France. Underhands to Kirby for the final out of the inning. Mariners need runs as we head to the top of the 5th. It's the Yankees 3, the Mariners nothing.
And time to get back into my victimization video. I actually made a video attacking the Mariners ownership group, John Stanton, for the lack of activity during the offseason. And here's that specific link to that video. So I just wanted to poke a little fun at them. And here is exactly what I said. I just made a simple, Scott Service is a terrible manager, though, which I do think he is, because he is notorious for his terrible bullpen management decisions and questionable lineup decisions and pinch hitting, but no one really wants to admit it, really. And then Mariners Mojo fired back and go,
imagine firing a guy that led the team to back-to-back 90-win seasons, finished in top 3 in Manager of the Year both years, a guy everyone on the team likes and respects just because the team, quote, checks notes, performing better than they were this time last year.
Now, the problem I have with those statements was this. First off, I don't think Scott Service should have been Manager of the Year nominated for those 2 years, as he was making boneheaded decisions even before the rebuilding process, even before the Mariners made the playoffs. Don't forget the Robbie Ray decision on Yordan Alvarez, as if I still am not over it. And the thing is, yeah, back-to-back 90-win seasons, but one of them included missing the playoffs. And also to say that the Mariners are doing better than last year is completely dishonest. Yes, sure, the win-loss record is better, sure, but the starting rotation isn't doing much better due to the injuries of Robbie Ray and some underperformance to the likes of Logan Gilbert. And then, of course, Marco Gonzalez has just been atrocious, and unfortunately, he suffered an injury. And also, the offense has been very up and down. Like, I'd like to feel that the offense was even better last year, and that was without Jared Kelenich's breakout. And well, it looks like we are back from the break. It looks like the Mariners-Yankees game, they love Mariner Mojo that they don't want me to trash them. Not even trashing them. Here's the pitch to Good Vibes Only. That is a strike one already. Down to 2 strikes left. That was fast. And Garrett Cole, he winds up. Here's it is. This time he doesn't swing on a 95. That is ball 1. Eugenio Suarez is 1 for 1. A single in the second inning. Garrett Cole at 55 pitches, which basically means he's on par. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and he got killed by that slider. And that will be a 1-2 count. On this day in Mariners history, Kazuhiro Sasaki earned his 99th save with a win against Reds, passing Mike Schooler. Here's the pitch. As the Mariners' all-time saves leader, passing Mike Schooler. I guess someone used to school somebody.
I've never heard of Mike Schooler.
I know. All right, Eugenio Suarez, he's waiting. He's still waiting. And the 2-2 pitch to Suarez. Here it is. Swing, and it's a foul ball going into the back. And that will be a 2-2 count. I'm going to look up Mike Schooler, MLB. Mike Schooler was a pitcher from 88 to 73. And here's the pitch. And it's a fly ball to that. That's not the guy doesn't even have to move, and he makes the catch. But yes, Schooler was a save. He had 33 saves in 1989, 1990, and then he went to Texas in 93. So during like the early Griffey years, was he the closer for the Seattle Mariners?
I just don't remember. I mean, I was a little kid. I'm sure I watched some of those games, but just outside of
who would remember? We got the big dumper. Here's the pitch, and it's a ground ball, and and it gets off the glove, and that will be an on base or could be an error. I don't know how they're going to say it, but they got to say something. I would say it's an error on that one.
Yeah, that is because if he feels that he gets them, it's a tough.
That's an error.
Yeah,
that's an error. I'm calling that an error.
I hope they get
now.
I'll take the hit,
but I mean, I'll take someone on base.
Right.
The sad thing is, I heard errors actually ruin your batting average.
Yeah, errors count as an out, essentially.
Wow. Here's Mike Ford, and that is a ball. We got a 1-0 count to Mike Ford. Mike Ford, other than his 4 home run hurrah, he's kind of been a little bit quiet lately.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of expected it. He's batting 8th in the order. It's a 1-0 count. And here's the pitch. And that's a fly ball, and that is looking foul. Oh, no, it's going to the right field, and he makes the catch. And that is 2 down already. And yes, Moses, that's how we get on base, by someone messing up.
Hey, and here's this I was saying earlier before you hopped on, like, Garrett Cole's been great this year. This is not one of those games where I'm just going to rip the offense, but if you missed it, Teoscar Hernandez kind of dropped a ball in the first inning that the Yankees scored their run on a Rizzo double that went off the glove of Teo. Should have been caught. And then they're giving up, you give a home run to guy Billy McKinney, who I've never heard of.
Here's Jose Caballero. Looks like he wasn't even going to take the pitch, but that will be a ball. It looks like Jose Caballero said he wanted time, but doesn't really matter. Gets the ball anyway. And Aaron Boone is not looking happy at all. He's like saying
Caballero, the ultimate goal. Moses being too kind, not ripping the offense. Oh, I'm ripping the offense. Like, it's just this game in of itself against Cole isn't frustrating me too much. He's a great pitcher, but this is why you've got to hit some of these other mediocre guys that have been getting them out over the last few weeks.
Exactly. They're not taking advantage. Jose Caballero with a 1-1 count. And honestly, I'm fine with those not ripping it too much because I think the lack of, quote, offense can still easily be mitigated. Here is the 1-1, and it's foul. And down to a 1-2 count. This inning seems like it's still going fast, even with that error.
Yeah, Cole's been working pretty quickly. I haven't been following the pitch clock.
But he is at 65 pitches, so he is getting a little bit up there only because of an inning like this.
The Mariners did threaten in the second inning also. They had 2 on, 2 out.
And Cal still couldn't come up with it. Yeah. Here's Cabby. He's still, and it's a time called. Jose Caballero called for time.
This is going to get.
Clock was about to go.
This is going to get
1-2 against the Yankees, the one series. And this is obviously going to be the final series against the Yankees since the schedule is all messed up now that they're integrating everyone in the league. But head-to-head run games, yeah, Yankees are the ones outscoring them for sure. Aaron Judge will do that. But we are looking at a 1-2 count. And here it is. And it's a line drive. And that's not a base hit. But yes, it's going to be a base hit. I can't even tell what that was. But Jose Caballero is at first base, the hustling man. And that is 2 men on with 2 outs. Now, it was a broken bat, which is why it had a little nice, ugly dribbler. It split the bat. That's investigated. I wonder if they're going to take a look at that bat because it did break in a very unusual way. I guess not.
Run to the plate. Chance.
If that was Sammy Sosa with a cork bat, he's out, thrown out. And Sosa almost got away with that.
Yeah.
I think he did pretty much get away with it back in 2003. The MLB tried to suspend him, but they didn't suspend him.
2 runners on.
Here's Dylan Moore batting leadoff as he is taking over for the injured J.P. Crawford. Looks like obviously J.P.'s not back for the season, and Dylan Moore 0 for 11. So he's really got to get it going. He can only walk his way so much at this point.
Yeah, I forgot he doesn't have a hit yet this year. It's the tying run. This would be a great spot. Even just put one in the gap here.
1-0 count for Dylan Moore. And here it comes. And he takes it to the dirt, and that's a strike 1. It was fooled by that curveball.
See if any J.P. Crawford updates.
But we are looking at a 1-1. Last season, Dylan Moore was batting .224 with 6 home runs and 24 RBIs. And we needed every one of those last year. And it's a 1-1. And here it goes. And it's a swing and a miss, 1-2. And Dylan Moore just does not look right at all. Wow. Something's just off. This is pretty unusual. And I think it's that injury. It seems like he is still recovering from that.
Mm-hmm. And tough matchup here. And he didn't start today either, so he's coming in cold.
He is very cold. And here's the 1-2. And it's a ground ball foul. So at least he got some contact out of that one. So if you think about it, this is pretty much his batting practice, unfortunately.
Yep. Well, if he can find a way to get on, you have Julio on deck, and this game becomes very interesting if Dylan Moore, whether he takes one off the
or just get on base or just do something or force something. But here's the 1-2. They are down to their final strike, and here it is. And it's a swing and a miss, and he really didn't have to swing at that, but that's strike 3, and that will retire the side. The Mariners leave 2 men on base. Dylan Moore does look frustrated, but now back to my rant video. And also, the American League West is a lot more competitive this year. You got Texas Rangers leading the way, thanks to Bruce Bochy. You got the Angels that are not in a complete dumpster fire like they were last year. And at least Houston is hanging on despite their struggles. So I can't really say that they're doing better than last year because you got to look at everything else around it. So anyway, the tweet that seemed to have been the death blow of our tweeting relationship, a really short one, I would say. This is exactly what they said. And this was after the Mariners lost to the White Sox on Saturday in extra innings. So Mariners Mojo tweeted, "Eating my feelings at sushi for dinner." And then someone said, "Fire service," which I guess seems to trigger the Mariners Mojo. And then he tweets, "Oh, you're right. I'll go into his office first and grab the keys and then go tell the team. Good plan," which obviously this YouTube channel is obviously Pro Scott Service, and I just not happen to be. And then I made a snaky comment because I just really wanted to trigger them. And this is what I said. You don't have to be so patronizing, which I really thought it was patronizing to say it to the Mariner fans. And personally, I kind of thought it was unprofessional. Like, personally, for my channel, I allow anyone to say whatever they want. And plus, I do like people disagreeing and saying stuff and criticizing, because maybe some of my fans, they will strike back and defend me, building up those comments. So yeah, because of that tweet where I basically said they were patronizing to Mariner fans, that's where they blocked me. Now, once again, not telling you to boycott them or anything like that. I just don't think it's necessary. I'm just focused on building my own YouTube channel, as I would love to grow it in the near future, of course. And we are back from the break, and Joe, the Trident, will take it away.
Here's George Kirby to Anthony Volpe, and he drops in strike one. Kirby has settled in nicely after tough first couple innings. We knew Kirby'd have to be sharp tonight for the Mariners to have a chance against Garrett Cole. 3 might be enough, though. Here's the 0-1. That's outside 1-1. Certainly can't give up any more. Mariners
and
have
lots of fireworks nights coming up. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. Yeah, no, you're good. Mariners have had a couple opportunities in the second and the fifth to get a couple runs up there, but couldn't do it. Here's the 1-1 to Volpe. That's fouled away, 1-2.
But yeah, lots of fireworks nights are coming up for the Mariners, including a patriotic fireworks night for June 30th. That's an interesting way to close June. Not going to explain why. I'll just leave it at that.
And I know the Mariners are on the road for the 4th. They'll be in San Francisco. Here's the 1-2 to Volpe, and that's on the ground. That's a base hit into left field, so a leadoff single. As soon as I start talking about Kirby pitching better, a little seeing eye single gets through.
Yeah, when you're in San Francisco, here's my advice to you. Normally they say don't look down. I'm just going to say look down.
That will bring up Jake Bowers, the former Mariner, who had a big series against the Seahawks.
He burned them. It was like a revenge series for him.
Bowers steps in, and Kirby's first offering. He will throw over to first instead, and Volpe is back in time.
And that was a nice zippy throw by George Kirby.
That was, and I think it was close. It's hard to tell because I don't have the sound, and the camera doesn't move over that fast. Yeah, Bochy was a great hire for the Rangers, William. I agree with you 100%.
It was a very under-the-radar hire.
Yep. Big lead, Volpe bouncing all back and forth. Kirby's pitch is up high, 1-0 at only 94. Wonder if Volpe dancing was bothering Kirby a little bit there, because not the sharpest pitch from George.
It was all deliberate.
Yep. Let's see if he does it again. Bowers 0 for 2 with 2 ground outs. Here is the 0-1. That ball's hit high and deep.
Oh, that looks just hammered.
Julio going back, and Julio just has enough.
It did look hammered from that angle, though.
Yeah, off the bat, it looked really good. I thought maybe he just got under it a little bit. Again, it's tough. Always tough to do these for people to watch us without sound. It's really hard because we can't really get a sense of where. I try and look at the hitter, and their reaction usually tells me, but sometimes some of these guys drop the bat and I got it, and then other times they drop it and just missed it. So here's Gleyber Torres. I am a full app. Oh, someone's a full at bat ahead of us. Yeah, I stream this, so if you're watching on actual television, you might be a little bit ahead of me. And I don't know if Rooftop has it on TV or not, but I have.
Mine's on a tablet, so I'm going to be behind myself.
Yeah, in fact, I think you're actually a few seconds behind me. So here's the 0-1 to Gleyber Torres. And Kirby's pitch is called a strike. I haven't been keeping track, but
I'll start with a +1.
It's definitely at it's been pretty even so far, honestly. It hasn't been great umpiring, but if you are ahead of us a little bit and you want to stay with us, just hit pause for about 10 seconds. I've done that too with streamers to help. Here's the 0-2, and that's fouled off. Torres, another guy that's been was a pest last series. It was him getting on in front of Judge. It was kind of a disaster for the Mariners in that series in Seattle. So want to keep him off. Stanton on deck, and then Rizzo, who has been a pest so far today. Kirby comes set, his 0-2, very small lead for Volpe over at first. Kirby's 0-2, and that's grounded foul. 81, good, looks like a little slider from Kirby, who has settled in after a tough first couple innings. But unfortunately, against Garrett Cole, 3-1 was doable, 3 is going to be tough. And so far, the Mariners haven't really come close to putting. They've had a couple runners on, but even last inning, it was by, and I don't know what they gave Cal a hit for that, but it was by an infield hit and an infield hit. So here's the 0-2 swing and a miss. Nasty breaking ball from
strike 3. Good news. The bad news is it looks like Kirby's pitches are up there, so I definitely expect him not to last too much longer. Maybe after 6 innings, I think that will be it.
Yeah. I'll check in between innings if they gave Cal a hit for that in the top half of the 5th. Not that it matters a bunch, but here is Giancarlo Stanton,
one of the sluggers of the New York Yankees.
Is outside ball. Yep, he was not in that last series in Seattle as well. He missed it. Yeah, I'd say Kirby 6, depending on what happens this inning. I think 6 innings is a good guess. Kirby's 1-0 to Stanton. And he hits that a mile high, but should be playable. Ty's calling for it. Everyone backs off. Ty's got it. Good inning from George Kirby. Gets the Mariners offense back out there. It's 3-0 Yankees as we head to the 6th. Game's going
And
fast.
I've got my last of my video to show. It's probably not even that much, though, anyway. It's only the last minute. But I will say this for you, Mariners Mojo, especially the ones that blocked my Twitter. Let's have a conversation. Let's make a video on Scott Service and our feelings on him. I'll take the side that I want him fired. You can take the side that he's a great manager. Let's go. Let's have a talk. Let's get it out of our systems. Let's make a show out of it. Now, they probably won't because they don't want my YouTube channel to grow. They don't like my takes. So it is what it is. But those are my thoughts on the Mariners Mojo blocking my Twitter. Once again, please hit that subscribe button, like the video, and hit that notification bell. And also, bad vibes only.
Oh, I forgot about the bad vibes.
Bad vibes only, indeed. So, yeah, and it gets even better. So, not only did they block my Twitter, of course, they also blocked my Instagram, also expected. And then they went out of their way to block even my personal Instagram that didn't even touch their Twitter at all. So they went and blocked that. But probably, I mean, my personal YouTube still has Rooftop in it, so I didn't really help. So once they saw the follow notification, but the way I see it, it's like a 7,000 YouTube channel, and they somehow allowed a channel that doesn't even have 600 subscribers to live rent-free in their heads, all because I just said Scott Service is a terrible manager, my opinion, and basically called them out for kind of be condescending to a Mariners fan. And Felix, they're showing his career against Felix, 13 starts, 7-3. Do we miss those days? Absolutely. Why isn't the scoreline looking better? I specifically requested it. Well, here's Julio, and that's a line drop, and looks like that is caught, and that is already an out. Moses Lutz says, I hit a nerve. Yes, I guess I did. Or hit talking about the fielder nerve, whoever it was.
I think Mojo. Julio hits that one. That's where I get frustrated. Like, this game hasn't bothered me too much, but Julio hits that 107 on a button. He should be standing at second base. That's frustrating.
Here is Ty France. And it goes back inside, and that is and he got hit. We'll definitely take it. Hit by a pitch. If that's going to be the way to get the offense going, so be it.
And if Julio's would have gotten past, we could be having first and second, nobody out here for 4, 5, and 6. So even makes Julio's line drive. I didn't see that hit him.
It barely. I don't even know if it did hit him. So maybe Aaron Boone maybe wants to do a challenge. Nope, looks like he's not. But Ty France is a Warrior. That's his 12th time getting hit by a pitch. And here is Teoscar Hernandez. He swings and a miss, and he's just been whiffing it.
Yep.
Teoscar Hernandez. He is 0 for 2 right now. 74 pitches for Garrett Cole. But can Teoscar Hernandez get something going for this team? And here is the pitch. And another swing and a miss. Another bad pitch that he took. And that is going to be strike 2. I'm sure it wouldn't matter anyway, considering that the MLB did not allow its players to play in Tokyo. I think this is something about the Olympics. And here is the 0-2 pitch. And it's a pop-up, and even Teoscar knows it. I don't even know if he's going to run at all. It was only a matter of time to make the catch, and that is 2 down already.
Teo has not looked good against Garrett Cole. Surprised he actually was able to make some contact there. Only hope now
kind of contact.
Yeah, only hope now is get that pitch count up, and Cole's probably going to go 7, and maybe you can keep him at 3 and do something against the bullpen. But I'd love to find a way to get 1 or 2.
Here is Jared Kelenic. He is now 0 for 1 with a walk in the second inning. Here's the pitch, and it's inside ball 1. Can Jared Kelenic get something? Because last year, if you remember, Jared Kelenic did hit a home run against the great Garrett Cole, which did trigger a Yankees fan, and I have a specific video I'd like to show in commercial break.
We talked about it earlier before you here. We were talking about
Jared. Oh, and it's upstairs for ball 2, and I'm going to search the video right now.
The Seattle man. We talked about it.
The Seattle Madden is.
Yep. That guy was actually pretty cool. I talked to him on Twitter a couple times. He's actually a pretty cool dude.
I don't know if we can get him on a show someday. Maybe we try to get him in here for the next 2 days. And here's the pitch, and he swings and misses. He got fooled by that curveball like Serrano.
Want to take that pitch. You want to find a way to get on base here, get the tying run to the plate. Take that, you're 3-0 and looking pretty good. And you want to get Cole. If you can find a way to get Cole out of here after 6, that would be huge.
Jared Kelenic, he is waiting for it. It's a 2-1 count. He still has a chance. And it's a fly ball to left field, but looks playable. He's still running, and it's off the wall. And it looks like Ty France is going to third base. Jared Kelenic to second, and Ty France is going all the way home, and there is no play to the plate. And the Mariners have finally gotten on the board. The Mariners are on the board. It is going to be 3-1 Yankees. And here...
We'll take it. Tying run at the plate. Got to run off Cole. Make his pitch count go up a little bit. Good hit by Jared Kelenic.
That was a very clutch hit for Jared Kelenic, especially with 2 outs.
There you go, Astro. Jacob, let's go. I'm with you. Let's go. And let's listen. One bomb from Gino. We got a tie game.
Hey, Moses, watch out. I'm actually going to be Mariners Mojo. If you say that again, you will be blocked from this video. So please be respectful. I love you, Moses.
I can't believe Ty scored. I know there's 2
outs. He run his butt off. He was like, "Yep, yeah, I'm running for this." Because of that nice bounce off the wall. But the Mariners are on the board.
If that would have been fielded better, Ty probably doesn't score there. But it got away from the left fielder, who is that tonight for the Yankees and left.
Eugenio Suarez is up to the plate, and I have the Mariners video ready to go. And if you could link me that Twitter, let's have a little chat with him. Here is Eugenio Suarez, and that is a strike. And now that is back at 0.
Yeah, his Twitter's like Nicky Scarletta or something. I think is how it's
Nicky Scarletta. And Suarez takes it for strike 2.
Come on, Gino. Left field porch. You hit one off Cole last year in that big inning, that same inning Kelenic did. Let's get another one here. Tie this game up.
And a swing and a miss, strike 3, as much as you would have expected it, especially for a guy that strikes out a lot. I just found his Instagram, going to give him a nice little follow. He has a lot of followers, and now I'm going to show that Yankees rant video for our commercial break. And this was when Jared Kelenic beat up on Garrett Cole last year. This was the good days.
Today was the first 3 years my blood pressure's been normal. And guess what happens? Garrett Cole gives up 6 runs in the first inning to the Seattle Mariners. Today was the
This
first
guy. This guy.
That guy. And now I just followed his Instagram, and I'm going looking at his Twitter as well. Wait, I don't even think that is his Twitter. But yes, Garrett Cole looks like he's a Yankee fan. Yes, he's definitely famous for that. I'm looking at his Instagram. Yep, he definitely got famous off of that.
Oh yeah.
If you
big
are a
time.
Mariner and you strike out a lot, it's the rules. Wow.
Seems like it.
Yeah.
But the Mariners do get a run. I'll take it. I mean, Cole's probably done after the 7th, so now you're a bloop and a blast away. If you can hold him at 3, now I feel like you've got a chance. Like 3 runs, you need a couple bases. You're looking for that 3-run home run. Now, just someone bloops one in there, and someone else can just pop one over the fence. It's a tie game, so feel a little bit better about the Mariners' chances here now.
Yep, I just gave him a little message and see if he would respond to it.
Yeah, I don't remember what the interaction was. I think I just responded to one of his videos. He was out in Seattle last year during the playoffs. He became like a little folk hero for Seattle, but he seems like a really cool guy in his videos and everything. So from someone that went from kind of this typical New Yorker, ended up being a pretty cool dude.
I would think so. Would love to have him on the show.
Yeah,
See, maybe we can get him here last minute.
Yeah, or maybe we can set some up for Thursday or something, have him on. That'd be awesome. Here is Anthony Rizzo stepping in. George Kirby still out there. Right shoulder contusion for J.P. Crawford. Didn't see where that came from.
But it is by Jen Mueller.
Yeah. So I'm not sure where that. Strike 1 to Anthony Rizzo. Here's the 0-1 to Rizzo. And that's lined the other way for a base hit. You got to hold him to 3. Rizzo's 3 for 3. I swear he killed the Mariners last year too. I could be wrong on that, but that game was also the one we're talking about, the Seattle Mariners and all that, was also Luis Castillo's Mariner debut was in that game. And Castillo will go tomorrow for the Mariners. Rizzo 3 for 3. That will bring up Josh Donaldson, who still has some pop. The average is low. And he will take strike 1. Yeah, hopefully that contusion isn't too bad. I don't know where that came from. I mean, it could be something that's been bothering him over time and just got to him today. So I don't know. But I didn't see anything today where he hit something or anything like that. Kirby's 0-1 to Donaldson. Is hit on the ground. This should be 2 right to Dylan Moore. There's 1 to Cobby. And on to Ty France for a
very easy double play.
That's about as easy as they can get.
And Hannah gave me a question. Why should I be surprised South Korea will win the Asian Cup handily? They won't. They always find a way to lose. They never win those big ones. Even though the Asian Conference is an easier conference, they just don't. They haven't won an Asian Cup since 1960. And they've had plenty of teams to win it all, and they somehow mess it up when it matters most. You'll find out in 2024.
And that'll be ball 1 to Bader. Nice job by Kirby. 2 quick outs here now. He's at 80 pitches. I think he'll be back out for the 7th unless something happens.
Unless something really happens. But, yeah, I would definitely expect this. I don't know.
That's ball 2.
And that's a ball.
Right as we say that, Kirby struggles to find the strike zone a little bit. So Bader steps in. Kirby's ready. His 2-0 to Harrison Bader is hit on the ground right to Cobby. He will fling it over to Ty France, and it ends up being a pretty easy, 1-2-3 with the
pretty much with that double play. That would help. And as we go into the commercial break, it is time to show off our sponsor, Modern Exterior Solutions.
Modern Exterior Solutions is a fully licensed and insured full-service exterior renovations company serving Seattle and East Side communities. We know that a home is one of your most important possessions. That's why we're committed to providing high-quality, affordable home renovations for each customer's individual budget. We're diverse enough to meet the challenges of any project you put in front of us. Our workmanship minimizes the use of third-party services, and our team works together to meet all your deadlines. Anytime there is a challenge, we work with you to find a solution. We are proud to work with distributors of quality brand products with durable, ample protection from the elements for a variety of applications, including James Hardie siding and trim. Talk with us today about your project's needs, and we can help you solve all the challenges along the way.
So yes, thank you for watching that message. It is 206-992-4465, 206-992-4465, and also use the promo code Modern Rooftop to get 20% off of your first use. And AF Veteran, I don't think he does roof of those kind. He cleans it, but I don't think he replaces it. But if you are that interested, I'll let you know. But I think you live in Montana, so that's not going to work for you. You got to be in Seattle, King County-ish areas for it. And those they're still showing the commercials of the Mariners basically high-fiving themselves.
Oh, I've got a LPGA Tour commercial. Oh, there we go. Now we're back.
They're showing Angie Mentek talking about things. Maybe it's about J.P. Crawford.
Two teams opened up a 3-game set tonight in Tampa. The Orioles all over the Rays. 7-3 right
now. No update.
In that game. Anthony Santana with a big night at the plate. He's got 3 RBIs and now has 42 RBIs on the season as the Orioles continue to be
another quality start from 30.
Of the American League.
And I think we talked about that after the second. If he could find a way to get through 6, we'll take it. He did. So kudos to him. Mariners need that bloop and a blast here. Hopefully this is the last inning for Cole.
Yeah, hopefully. We'll have to see if it is. And here's the pitch to Cal Raleigh. Takes it in the middle for a strike. And yes, Hannah, they did tie to El Salvador today. South Korea, that is. Here's Cal Raleigh. Here's the 0-1. And takes it for another strike. And that is strike 2. Those were 2 pitches where maybe he could have done some damage with that. They were like easy fastballs right down the middle. I mean, not for me, but for him, maybe. Now here's the 0-2. And he takes it for a ball. This time, not a good pitch. Good eye by Cal Raleigh.
They did give him a hit for that at bat in the 5th or the 4th.
They did. That's good.
Yep.
Because he needs to get that batting average going. And here is 1-2. Here it is for Cal Raleigh. And swing and a miss right up in the chest. Strike 3 on a 97. I don't think he's going to go down anytime soon. He's still pitching 97 on 87 pitches. I think
want to try and get that to 100 this inning.
You definitely want to. Yeah, and here's Mike Ford. He's batting 8th in the order, not doing well today. And here's the pitch to Mike Ford and takes it for a ball. He is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout. What happened to the heads-up display showing score and innings? I don't know.
Oh, I had it on mine.
Oh, you had it on yours. Yeah. Oh, was it like the banner thing?
Yeah, I just put it on the banner.
I guess we can.
You're fine. Maybe it's 3-1 top 7.
Here's the pitch, and it is a ball.
I didn't have counts or anything. It was just the score and the inning. Just to put something on there to keep it.
Let's do that. I like this. This is a good idea.
Yeah. Good take there by Ford.
Maybe another good way to engage the audience.
Yeah. That way people aren't sure and they come in, they see a close game, and maybe they click.
It's still a 3-1 count for Mike Ford. He is working this guy right now. And here is the pitch for Mike Ford. And that is a strike. It was barely there. Moses says he doesn't get the games here. So I guess we are his link.
Well, I love it. Thanks for checking in with us. I'm glad you're here, Moses.
And here is the 3-2 pitch to Mike Ford. And that is a strike 3 called, and he knew it. A strikeout for Mike Ford. Very disappointing. Maybe a chance could have been for a walk.
I mean, probably not a bad idea from Ford. Worst case is you made Cole throw some more pitches. You're ahead 3-1. See if you can get on base. I mean, it's like I'll take it. It's not a great at bat, but at least he made Cole throw 7 pitches.
They also have the worst form guides in their group. What are you talking about, Hannah?
There's a -1.
And that is a ball. Garrett Cole, all time against the Mariners. He usually pitches very well against them. And this dates back to his days in Houston.
I'd forgotten he was with the Astros.
Everyone did. And Caballero with a foul ball. He flipped the bat.
Got a battle here. I'm with you. I think Cole might be coming back out for the 8th. He's still throwing hard. He doesn't.
He's still raking it in.
You want to try and get a couple base runners here somehow, some way. If Cobby and Dylan Moore can find ways on just to, if anything, right now, just to get that pitch count up.
Just get anything. And Caballero still working on an 0-2 count, and here it is, the pitch. Oh, and it went right above, and I think that will get nobody because I just realized nobody's on base. Whoops. But what a funny pitch that was.
Oh, my God. That would have been great with a couple guys on.
What was that? What a pitch that was.
I assume it was a slider that just slipped out of his hand. Oh, hey, it's an extra pitch.
And that is still, now that's 2-2 the count for Jose Caballero. He's still working the guy. Garrett Cole, he's just looking, and now he's ready. And here's the pitch, 2-2. And that is ball 3. Way to go for Jose Caballero off of an 0-2 count. At least makes it a full count. Now, these are things you want to pay attention to. You are putting wear and tear. Now he's at 98 pitches. But he's still looking strong. Here is the 3-2 pitch to Caballero. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that will retire the side as the Mariners suffer a 1-2-3, and the Yankees still lead 3-1.
Cole remembers his spider tack when he plays the Mariners.
That sounds about right. Well, and now we're on commercial break, and since it's your turn, I'm going to step off and eat some snack really quick. Are you hungry too?
No, I'm good. I'm going to be good till the end of the game. So
gotcha. Yeah, I will be back.
Yeah, you're good. I think the good news is there for the Mariners, you at least got Garrett Cole to 100. Well, not 100, but I think 99 pitches. So the good news is he might be done. He looked like he's still throwing pretty hard. Saw some comments. Just want to respond to. I saw Astro talking about Angie. I think she's good on the playback or the color commentary. I like Angie in the booth. I think she does a good job. I think sometimes, and I do it too, she has a ramble tendency where she kind of just goes in these tangents. But other than that, I think she adds a lot. Her and Goldsmith are a good pairing in the booth. I like Dan Wilson. I miss Mike Blowers. But I like all the Mariners guys. Dave Sims is probably my least favorite, but I still think Dave's pretty good. When you go watch some of his other broadcasts, someone in our chat said it last time, the Rockies guys put them to sleep. And that's one that I can't stand. Their broadcast isn't good. Who else don't I like? Trying to think who else is a broadcast I'm not big on. Most of them are actually pretty good. If you guys think of any, let me know. But I know Pittsburgh's guys are kind of boring. St. Louis, their guys don't really do it for me. But yeah, that'll be about it. We're back. We head to the bottom of the 7th. It's the Yankees 3 and the Mariners 1. Yeah, I'm praying Cole is done. The bullpen's really good for the Yankees, but anybody but Garrett Cole I'll be happy with. But he might come back out. I don't know. We'll see. Dave Simpson credibility to watch players hit baseballs. Have no idea. Yeah, I'm with you on baseball. Boston Bruins. I could see Boston's hockey being kind of obnoxious, Jerry. That doesn't shock me. Astro, yes, that's Sims. Like he'll be like down the line, and you're like, even though you kind of think it's foul, like, oh, maybe, and it's foul. It's like Dave. Now I'll give him a little bit of a pass because the offense has been struggling so much that maybe he's just so desperate to see some runs. But I'm with you. That is my frustration with Dave Sims as well. But overall, like I think he's pretty good. You know, he does some things that are annoying. But I will say one thing about announcers. If you're talking for 4 hours straight, you're going to say some things that are a little like head scratching. But I think Sims overall does a pretty good job and is entertaining. So I don't mind him, but he just gets a little hyped up. I don't like many broadcasts. Yeah, there's some that are not that great. Kirby is back out there for the 7th. I'm trying to think of some other. Like I said, Rockies are really boring. Pittsburgh's is boring. St. Louis broadcast isn't good. I'm trying to think who else. I don't know a lot of other team broadcast, unfortunately. The AL West, I really liked, who was it for the A's? Was it Kuiper, the guy that was fired? He was actually really good. I'm not talk about anything that he said, but just before, he was always kind of entertaining. Their new guy is really boring. So the A's broadcast is rough. Angels, I don't know all that well. Texas is okay. That would be for Rooftop. I don't know anything about the soccer stuff that's going on, so he would have to answer that. Some Kirby fans in there. I think you're on mute, Rooftop. I think you're muted. I can't hear you, or maybe they can't hear me.
But yeah, I don't know about that group. I'm just saying Korea's not going to win all 3 of them. I just know it.
Outside to Billy McKinney for ball 1. McKinney homered. Really the difference in this game. This 2-run home run in the second. Not really. It is the difference. Here's the 1-0 from Kirby. McKinney fouls that off at 85, 1-1. This game is going fast. Started at 4:10. We're only an hour, 40 minutes, and we are in the bottom of the 7th inning. So
and Kirby's still going into the 7th inning, bottom of the 7th inning. And by the way, we missed the 7th inning stretch, but whatever.
Oh, we did. We talked about annoying baseball announcers. Here's the 1-1 to Billy McKinney. That's hit on the ground right to Caballero. He flips over to Ty France for out number 1. George Kirby's really settled in and actually pitched a pretty good game when it's been all said and done today. Matt Brash getting loose in the pen. If anybody gets on, Brash will, well, I don't know if he'll come in automatically, but he would be the next guy up this inning. I imagine this will be the last inning for Kirby. Catcher Jose Trevino steps in. He was an all-star last year. He's been struggling this year. In fact, I think he's been splitting time with Higashioka for the Yankees. Here's the pitch.
But with 85 pitches, I do think that Kirby should still at least get one more inning in.
I do too. Again, like we always say, if he gets through this smoothly, that's strike to Trevino. If he can get through this at like 90, 92, I'd let him finish this. And then you have your bullpen, and another day rest. There's strike 2 on a slider. Then
yeah,
you get them all
each inning counts. Give them some rest.
Yeah.
Because even though if you're saving your starters, it comes at the cost of putting wear and tear on your bullpen.
Mm-hmm. Here's the 0-2 from Kirby to Trevino. Little number right to Ty, and it gets through Ty France. And that's huge because that probably means Kirby won't go the distance. Ty's got to make that play. He knows that. That's just
another undisciplinary play. And I will say this, like, this is the stuff that I'm going to say it. Mariners Mojo does not pay attention to. They don't pay attention to stuff like this where you got to have the coaching that's willing to say, yo, you can't do that. And makes me miss the good old days. Like, I know this is just a movie, but remember when Lou Brown said to Willie Mays Hayes, if you hit a pop-up, you owe me 20 push-ups. Yeah. We need those kind of like decentives back into the game.
Yeah, fortunately, those days are just gone now. That's outside ball 1 to Anthony Volpe. But yeah, and like I said, I've defended Scott. I don't think Scott's amazing. I just think a lot of the things that have gone on have kind of been stuff like that he's not really in control, but stuff like that this team has had a lot of mental miscues on the base paths, stuff like that. It's 1-1 now. Teoscar, you didn't see it, but Teoscar's drop in the first inning. I mean, if he was there, it was an athletic play to get there, but he dropped it. This game's 2-1. You're a blast away from tying this thing if Teo makes that catch.
This game has just too many errors.
Yeah.
There's too many small mistakes that will kill this team. Oh, and it hit right off of – and the umpire gave him a pat on the back.
Right off Cal's first error of the year for Ty. Yeah, I'm not – I don't think me and Rooftop are saying like Ty specifically like right there.
This is just team in general making those small mistakes.
Yeah.
And the small mistakes have turned into big mistakes.
Yeah. And here's the thing. The Mariners are 500. They're trying to get back in this 3 games out of a wild card. Like little things here. This probably means unless Kirby gets a double play here that he's not going to be able to go 8. You're going to have to use a bull. It's just little things why maybe this team is instead of 37-33, 35-35. That is strike 3. Beautiful pitch to Volpe for out number 2. Do I think that right there is the reason they're losing this game? No, but it's just little things like that that can affect you, down the road. Because maybe now you use Brash in the 8th, maybe he's not available tomorrow. It just baseball.
Oh, look at that pitch! That pitch was nice. That was a nice seamer of it. George Kirby.
Ty's been great at first base. I don't think either of us are knocking his defense. It's just been some mental errors for this team.
I'm certainly knocking on his base running the other day.
Yeah, the base running is where Ty's had more. It's just little things this team has done. And I'm sure all teams do it. It's just been when we're trying to get this team to make that run, it's just frustrating to see that. So 1-0 to Jake Bowers. That's in there, 1-1.
That was a nice pitch.
That was. Yeah, it's not so much like trying to just for me, and I think Rooftop's the same way. I'm not trying to rip on just Ty right now. It's just the team in general has had a lot of the base running this year has been insanely bad. I just don't. And base running should be easier this year because you can only throw over so many times. So you think they
maybe to get a little bit too cocky with those rules.
Yep. Here's the 1-1 to Mr. Bowers. And that's a fly ball. Can of corn for Jared Kelenic, calling off Julio. And he's got it. And we will head to the top of the 8th. It's
94 pitches. I just don't see another inning out of it. They're going to put in Matt Brash. But I think they should do this, knowing Matt Brash's problems when he comes in, like you said, when he's on a fresh start, maybe have Kirby pitch 1 or 2, and then let Matt Brash in that situation like that. But now the commercial break is here. Still waiting on messages from Nikki. I don't think I'm going to get it, but I gave it a shot.
Did you try on Twitter?
Twitter, Instagram. Okay. I don't think I messages. No, I didn't message his Instagram.
His phone number. I'm just kidding.
If I had his phone number. But I can show you that at least my Mariners Mojo one, that one is definitely blocked.
I wish they'd reach out and just have a debate on it. It'd be a fun. It would be a fun.
Rooftop Mariner should have more followers. Rizbo, what are you going to do about it? I know that you are subscribed, but do you have any other friends that would like to subscribe? Yeah, I should. Not saying I'm entitled to it. I work hard. I work for it, but maybe you could get some help. Tell your friends show them my videos. Oh, and show them the one where Mariner Mojo blocked me. But I definitely I do want a debate video with them. Get them, show them that they are collaborating with other YouTubers rather than just keeping themselves closed within their own beliefs.
Yeah. And we all want the Mariners to win. So at the end of the day,
we all want them to win. We just happen to think differently, but let's have an entertaining show where, and hey, maybe you can interpret something where it says Mariner Mojo destroys Rooftop Mariner for a ridiculous comment. And you can twist things out of that. People do that all the time where they will say someone grills someone. When I look at the video, I'm like, no, he didn't. But they do that as a hook thing. So maybe do something where we argue. Patriotic Cowboy Day on July 1st, Saturday. Interesting. Got Dylan Moore. He is leading off. He has been struggling. And another swing and a miss. This is just very uncharacteristic. Now I'm starting to think maybe he should have gotten some reps in Tacoma because he's just not the same. And Cole's gotten to 100 pitches, and that's a foul ball. And I like what Aaron Boone's doing. He's letting the hot hand. This is something that good managers do. I don't know if Aaron Boone is the best manager, but at least he's willing to let someone that's pitching very well still pitch. And did he go? He did not. It's a 1-2 count for Dylan Moore. I mean, for someone that just came back, it's probably going to take quite a bit for Dylan Moore to get adjusted. But even then, it's still very concerning. He doesn't even have a hit. And here's the 1-2 pitch. And that's a good eye for ball 2. Even if he just gets walks, that's a win for the team.
Yep. Someone getting warm in the Yankees bullpen. I'm not sure.
Looks like he is pretty much set. I think if he gives up anything, he's probably going to pull him out. And another foul ball. Good on Dylan Moore, at least staying alive. It's almost like if Dylan Moore strikes out, but with a lot of pitch count in there, that's still considered maybe a win.
Yeah. Yep.
And we are 1 hour into this portion of the show, and Dylan Moore against a 104 pitch of Garrett Cole, 2-2. And here it is. And a swing and a miss, strike 3, but at least Garrett Cole still had to earn that. He still worked hard for that. So considering that Dylan Moore is not hitting well and looks like that's going to be it, looks like Aaron Boone has seen enough. Yep, he is making that call to the bullpen. And I am going to say this. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by Modern Exterior Solutions.
Modern Exterior Solutions is a fully licensed and insured full-service exterior renovations company serving Seattle and East Side communities. We know that a home is one of your most important possessions. That's why we're committed to providing high-quality, affordable home renovations for each customer's individual budget. We're diverse enough to meet the challenges of any project you put in front of us. Our workmanship minimizes the use of third-party services, and our team works together to meet all your deadlines. Anytime there's a challenge, we work with you to find a solution. We're proud to work with distributors of quality brand products with durable, ample protection from the elements for a variety of applications, including James Hardie siding and trim. Talk with us today about your project's needs, and we can help you solve all the challenges along the way.
And once again, if you would like his amazing services, call this number 206-992-4465 and use that promo code Modern Rooftop. And yes, as George Kirby left the mound, he was immediately given a standing ovation, deservedly so, as he did pitch very well against the Mariners at our expense, of course. And the score is still 3-1. And with that out, Aaron Boone saw it enough because that took 6 pitches to get Dylan Moore out. And hopefully we can see the same thing where George Kirby at least just pitch one more hitter and then let Matt Brash mop it up.
I'm a little surprised that Boone actually made that change. Like, if you're willing to send him out, I'm kind of surprised. Like, and it's not like there's a bunch of lefties coming up. So it was just a little odd that it was Dylan Moore and then that was it. You know what I mean? So that seemed a little puzzling that Clay Holmes, that's who's coming in, who's really good too. Yeah, a little surprised that Boone had Cole start it versus Dylan Moore and then took him out with more rice. So I don't know. But yeah, just, hopefully they can get some off the bullpen. Need a bloop and a blast.
Oh, Astro, you really just did that. You blocked Modern Exterior Solutions and Rooftop Mariner. and Hannah, I'm going to ask Hannah, I have a question for you. What don't you know about sports? You know about Major League Baseball, football, basketball, and you know about Asian soccer more than I do. Now what? You know any soccer leagues on a deserted island now? And here's Julio Rodriguez. See if he can get something going. He hacks at it, and that is a foul ball for a strike. Clay Holmes with a 2.48 ERA, 36 strikeouts on 13 walks, so he will not be an easy one to deal with. But he has an 0.47 ERA through 19. The mojo is strong in me. I like this guy. Oh, and it's a ground ball, and it's going to be an easy play unless Julio can hustle it out. And that is going to be an out, and it's already 2 outs for the Seattle Mariners. And this is just not looking good. And after this, they'll be down. Now they're down to 4 outs away from losing this game, going below 500 once again. This thing is just going flip-flopsy. Like at this pace, they would be going 81 and 81, and that obviously will not even be enough for a third spot. But here is Ty France batting third in the order, and that is a ball. But with 2 outs, you got to get something. Like if I were Ty France, just hit the living crap out of the ball and try to see if you can get a home run out of it. I know it's a lot to ask, but you got to get something going. At least come up with a big hit. And here's Ty France. Here it is. And it's a swing and a miss, and it went to the dirt for strike 1. Didn't even have to swing at it, but it was a curveball, or it looked like a splitter even.
Yeah, I think it was a split.
Yeah, that was nasty.
It was. Yeah, Holmes was great too. It was just anybody but Garrett Cole with how good he was today. So, but it's not going to be easy against the Yankees bullpen.
It's a 1-1, and desperation time, absolutely. And we are at strike 2. And that's someone warming up in the bullpen. That is Adcock. That means I don't think Matt Brash is going to be pitching after this. But I definitely do think George Kirby is out after this one.
Yeah.
And here is the 1 and 2 for Ty France. And here it goes. And that is strike 3 called, and that will be a -1, as I did not agree with that. Ty France not looking happy about that one. And we go into the bottom of the 8th, and it's still a 3-1 Yankees advantage.
Quickest game of the year. It's got to be up there. We're not even at 2 hours yet for another 6 minutes.
I would think the Phillies game would have been the quickest one.
Yeah, the Kirby complete game.
Now gosh, I'll just show this to you because it's funny to do, but I am going on my Twitter because I got to show you just a reminder of what has happened over the last 72 hours. Oh, wait, I can't even search these guys anyway. Oh, but I can do it through here. And look at that. Isn't that just beautiful to see? That I am still blocked from them. Oh, and looks like they're showing some stuff on there. I think they were showing some Harry Ford highlights, which we did talk about some possibilities of going over the minor league baseballs. Let me see if they're playing today. Maybe we could have if you have the energy and the stamina, Joe.
I'm going to have to get something to eat. I probably won't be able to do it today because I got to get back to the fan band here. But definitely sometime this week if there's another one.
I was thinking maybe after the Yankees game on Thursday. I'll try to fix that.
There was the scene from the playoff game, which, right now this team is just very 81-81. Kind of feels like how they've been. Like they're capable, but they're just
letting these things slip away.
They've been very 81 and 81-ish. If you had to ask me, like right now, what do you think of this team? I'd say they're very 500. Everything about them is very
mediocre.
Yep. Not saying they can't turn around. The good news is if you're at 500, you're a 6-7 game winning streak away from, being solidly above. So they're certainly okay, but it's just, they've been playing very 500-ish baseball. And that will bring in Ty Adcock, making his 4th appearance, 3 1/3, no earned runs, 1 strikeout, no walks. He finished up the game on Sunday against the White Sox. He's pitched pretty well so far in his 3 appearances. He made 1 against the Marlins. He pitched a 1/3 of an inning on Saturday against the White Sox, then a full inning on Sunday. And he will get Stanton, Rizzo, and Donaldson. So this is,
it's going to be a tough test for him for sure.
Yeah, and you want to keep this game 3-1, give your team a shot. The good news for the Mariners is barring a comeback, it looks like it'll be multiple days off for Brash, Sewald, and Munoz. So they are all ready to go for Sunday. Actually, it'll be 3 days off for those guys because they didn't pitch Sunday either. Here's Adcock's first offering, a swing and a miss on a nasty, it looked like a splitter of some kind. Swing and a miss by Gleyber Torres, who's 1 for 3. He singled and scored back in the first. Adcock is ready, and his 0-1 pitch to Gleyber Torres, grounded foul, and it's quickly 0-2. Yankees scored their first run in the bottom of the first on a Rizzo RBI single. Billy McKinney 2-run home run in the third. The Mariners scored their run on a Jared Kelenic RBI double in the top half of the 6th inning. The 0-2 from Adcock to Torres. Right there, strike 3 call, 98, painting the corner, quickly 1 away. Nice pitch by Adcock. Cole was pointing at something. Was that Holmes? What was this about? Garrett Cole was walking off and finger pointing at someone. What was that about? Strike 1 to Stan. Anybody know what that was about?
He was pointing at Garrett. He was pointing at Jose Caballero for striking him out. So he did that little
Oh, was it Takabi?
It was Takabi. It was like a little taunting job.
That's a plus.
Oh, that's a plus. That's back to 0.
Yeah. 0-2 to Stanton. I mean, listen, like Caballero dishes it out. He's kind of the ultimate troll. So you got to be able to take it. Here's the 0-2. That misses down low, 1-2. I was going to say when Cabby struck out in the it was definitely Caballero, you're right, because they're showing him. When Caballero struck out in the 7th against Cole to end the inning, he was kind of staring him down. Like there was definitely something there. So Here's the 1-2 that misses 2-2. Caballero likes to troll people, and I love it. But people are
when you strike out, it's like, what do you expect? It goes right back at you.
Yep, people are going to fire back. Here's Adcock's 2-2. That's strike 3. Beautiful pitch, 98 inside corner.
Adcock's looking amazing. But it reminds me remember when Fernando Rodney, when he got out of the 8th inning, he did that unnecessary arrow. And then the next inning, Albert Pujols and Mike Trout just drilled him, and then they did it to themselves. And I was like, yeah, Fernando, you're an idiot. You don't do that until the game's over.
I remember watching that game and thinking, a little premature on the arrow there, Fernando. Here's Rizzo, and a little rollover right to Caballero, and a very quick and nice 1-2-3 inning for Mr. Adcock. We will head to the 9th inning.
That was the one. Had Fernando Rodney not done the arrow, that could have actually got the Mariners into the playoffs because it was that one game. My thoughts on the 2026 World Cup logo. Let me take a look at it. All I know is I'm definitely going to try to go to a game in the World Cup.
I want to get
for South Korea. World Cup logo. I mean, personally, I don't really care that much. Actually, it does not blend in well at all. It looks way too much of a Mexican style. But it looks like they're showing commercial at the Statue of Liberty. Very convenient since everything is in New York. But yeah, we are possibly looking at, now I don't have any promises, but for Thursday and Friday, I assume you're going to be there. I'll try to make time for it. But if I am there, I definitely would like to look at doing those double headers of either the Cole Young game or the Harry Ford game. Something to consider.
I'm definitely going to do Thursday. Well, again, it's all tentative, but my goal is to do Thursday, Friday. If I somehow have time tomorrow, I may hop on, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do tomorrow's game. Wednesdays are just too tough. And then obviously Thursday, Friday just depends on things always seem to pop up with the family and everything. So no guarantees, but my goal is to do Thursday and Friday live streams. So
Thursday and Friday live streams, and we got a little bit of Tuesday, maybe Monday, like you said before. Maybe if you said it before.
It's always off the day, so that just makes it tough. Feels like the game is over in a second. I mean, they at least they got that run. They've made it a little interesting, Moses. It hasn't been. At least it didn't get away to the point where it's 9-0, and it's. Oh, speaking of Cole Young, there's some Cole Young numbers.
Cole Young, we got 6 games batting .348, a .467 on base percentage, and has walked more than strike out. Watch out for this kid, as he was the first round pick of the Seattle Mariners in 2022. This man gets on base. He can steal. This is someone in case JP Crawford doesn't work out anymore, he is someone to look at, or put him in second base if Caballero doesn't work out. Here's Teoscar. He takes it for a strike, and looks like the Mariners are down to their last 3 outs. The Mariners have got to come up with something. And other than the first 2 innings, George Kirby has been dominant. And here's the pitch, and that's a foul ball for strike 2. Already down to strike 2. Teoscar's got 12 home runs, batting .251. He's fighting an 0-2 count, got Scott Service. He's I don't know what's going to happen. And here is the 0-2 pitch, and that is a foul ball. At least it was good to get contact out of that one.
And at least if you can make Holmes throw a bunch of pitches here, maybe you don't see him tomorrow. So worst case is you want Holmes to throw 20, 25 pitches here.
You definitely do, if that's even possible. 0 runs allowed in 4 appearances, so this will not be easy. And that is another foul ball. And the pitches will just keep going up. So let's make this happen. And tomorrow we've got, against the Yankees, we got Luis Castillo, who is pitching against to be named or to be announced. Must be a tough pitcher. I've never heard of that name before. And here is the pitch to Teoscar, 0-2, and that is a ball. Good eye by Teoscar. Let's just take a look and see if he could at least somehow get on base.
Yeah, on base.
And here is Teoscar Hernandez already on 11 pitches for Holmes. And here's the 1-2, and that is a ball. And G-Man goes, heck yeah, Rooftop Mariners live life and doesn't get any better than this. I appreciate that. Did you see my recent video where I cried like a baby getting blocked by a YouTube channel? And here is the 2-2 pitch to Teoscar Hernandez. And here it is. And it's a line drive, and that is a foul ball. And obviously, you're about a second ahead of me. Let me see if I can get up to date.
Sorry.
Yep, I'm definitely a second behind.
It was so close that it just like
it was very close.
And yeah, Moses.
And G-Mon says, yes, sir. It's like, yep, he saw the video, must have loved it. Now I got to check how many views that one has, because that one's been picking up just a little bit of steam.
Nice.
And just got a sub, so I'm happy about that. I just got to keep doing these, and it'll just keep building up. And here is Teoscar fighting in 2-2 count. And here it is. And swing, and it's a foul tip. He tipped it again. Teoscar is really making this man work. Let's
just
have Teoscar just keep doing it. It's a 2-2. And this time, he's really been working him. 2-2 pitch. Pitch clock going down. And here it is. And it goes to third base. Way too easy. And he's out. Mariners are down to their last 2 outs of the game.
I feel like Luis Castillo's due for a win tomorrow. When was the last game Castillo won? When was the last, not even just his win, when was the last Castillo start the Mariners won? Pittsburgh,
that would be when he had a dominant effort. It says I rock harder than Ozzy Osbourne. Thank you. And here's Jared Kelenic. Let's see if he's got to get something out of this one. He's got to be the hero. And that is a ball one. And this man's looking a little bit tired because Teoscar really made the man work. And it does take a mental toll on you when you do hit those foul balls. And here's Jared once again. Oh, when he swings and misses. He got fooled on that one. So it was Astor that subbed, but he has to sub to block me and Modern Exterior Solutions. Isn't that nice of you? Can you do the same thing to the Mariners mode? I got to stop talking about that. Now I'm letting it live rent-free in my head. It's going to be a dead story real soon anyway. Jared Kelenic working on a 1-1 count. And here's the 1-1. And that's a ground ball. Very easy play. And the Mariners are already down to their final out. Didn't even make the guy work. But, man, this has been a very uneventful game.
Really has.
Especially after the second inning, only 1 run scored.
Yeah.
About your World Cup plans, I'm going to that semifinal in Las Vegas and final in Los Angeles, Qatar you'll be at the AFC. You're going to the Asian Cup in Qatar as well? Where do you get all this money? Here's Eugenio Suarez working on 2 outs, and that's a strike, and we're going to call that a -2. Actually, no, it's back to 0. No, it's not. Nope, -1, not -2.
Oh, yeah, -2. Yeah.
And here it is. And it's a swing and a foul ball. And the Mariners are down to their final out. Looks like some fans are standing up. They are anticipating for a victory of their own as the Yankees are just on the brink of winning, putting the Mariners once again at below 500. All he needs is just a strikeout, which is very doable against Suarez. And here is the 0-2 pitch. And at strike 3, call took a little hesitation. Suarez is not happy about it, and the ball game is over. The Mariners will go down, and Suarez is still having a conversation. The conversation has just concluded, and that is strike 3. And here's the replay. Just barely, but Suarez still wasn't happy. I think he was not happy about the hesitation, but Suarez will go down. And the Mariners have dropped the first game of the 3. And G-Mon goes, I'm an Astros fan, but your channel made me a Mariners fan too. Very interesting. And yes, Moses, yes, they have definitely lost. George Kirby is going to have to go down with the loss. And
oh, yeah. It's the loss.
Yep. Now, within a few seconds, we shall go over the post game in just a few moments. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the Mariners have gone down. They have lost to the New York Yankees 3-1. And it was not even that much of a game. Yankees, they scored in the first 2 innings, and the Mariners came up late. And other than that, George Kirby pitched very well, but unfortunately, he will suffer with the loss, and the Mariners will go down in the first of 3 of this series. And Jay Trident, what are your thoughts on this game?
It was quick. It was 2 hours and 19 minutes. So from that standpoint, it wasn't too bad. This is where, like, I said in my video on Sunday that I always debated, do I do series recaps or individual game recaps? Like, if they win the series, if they bounce back, Castillo and Brian Wu get the next 2 wins, I can throw this one away. Garrett Cole's really good. George Kirby pitched well. It was just one of those games. So if they win the next 2, I can easily throw this one away. It didn't bother me too much. But if they can't, they had opportunities here. They had some guys on against Cole, couldn't get anything past, couldn't get anything going except for the Kellenic double. I don't know who Billy McKinney is, but I feel like you shouldn't be giving up 2-run home runs to him. Now every player gets theirs. And Teo needs to catch that fly ball. I think that was a strike that Gino was arguing. I wonder if, because the pitch, I think he missed his spot, made it feel like a ball, but that was definitely a strike to Gino. Not much to talk about in this game. I mean, Garrett Cole was really good. If they bounce back, win the next 2, I can sit there and tip my cap to Garrett Cole. But if they fail in this series, they'll be 6 games out if they get swept. So I will say
something that they can't afford, because as if the division is pretty much almost a lost cause at this point, it's about the wild card. And if they can't even get within the wild card, I mean, this will be just an absolute embarrassment. Now, I know it's still too far away. It's still June, and it's not like we're in September where it would be those kind of critical moments. But some points, someone's got to step up, and unfortunately, there are too many holes on this team. The starting rotation is still having its problems. George Kirby is not exactly what he was last year. Logan Gilbert is definitely not what he was last year. Marco Gonzalez is hurt, but I even think he's even seen his best days. Luis Castillo even is not a guaranteed win like he was last year. So going forward with tomorrow, you got the likes of Luis Castillo pitching tomorrow. But before I even get to that, I mean, I want to look at all of our players. Like catcher, you got Tom Murphy and Cal Raleigh. Not really worried about that. First base got Ty France. Second base, Caballero, but even then you can't completely rely on him because you definitely need Dylan Moore back on the full swing. Then J.P. Crawford, and speak of, he has suffered that shoulder injury, and it's unclear where his status is going to be. But if he is going to miss time, this is going to be another tough spot for the Seattle Mariners, and it's not like the Mariners have another prospect in their back pocket. Maybe some say that maybe Novi Marte could have been called up, but we wouldn't have Luis Castillo. And of course, 2 of our other best prospects in Felnine Celestine and Cole Young, they are not even close to being ready. Third base got Eugenio Suarez, but it seems the pop on his bat seems to just not be there as it once was. Right field, Teoscar got to feel better. Got Julio still kind of in that sophomore slump. And then at least Jared Kelenich's breaking out, but his breakout has cooled off. And the DH is a major concern. I mean, Mike Ford just doesn't look like, I don't think he's going to be the answer. Yes, it's early, but there were some pitches that he was just meditating on.
Yep. Yeah, Ford had a chance. Even in the second inning, he came up with 2 on and 2 out, and he had a couple pitches that he just missed, that he should have probably hit that he missed. So, yeah, and I forgot about the JP injury. We got to make sure that's okay. I got a question for you, and it's an interesting question. I saw somebody pose it on Twitter and maybe get some people in here's take. But it was from on Twitter, Depressed Mariners Fan. It was kind of a fun count to follow. And he's made this point. He goes, I'm not one to complain about things like this, but I see way too much smiling after outs and errors. He's talking about because Ty France made that error. He's kind of smiling. You guys can tell me like, okay, go away, Boomer, but I've seen Julio after outs always joking around, and I love guys having fun with the game. I do. But I do think, and just for me personally, sometimes it does get a little bit like, stop making outs. Like, why are we laughing about it? Like, I'm going Boomer status here, but go back to the 60s, 70s. I can promise you those guys were not laughing around after outs and after errors back then. So I don't think that's the reason they're losing. I'm not saying that, but I'm just curious, Rooftop, your take on that, and maybe some people in here, what they think of that stuff a little bit.
Well, I'm about to be a boomer on this one, but I will say it. I think that the fact that there is a bunch of laughing and goofing around, and I do think that goes down to the lack of discipline. Like, nobody wants to admit it. People love Scott Service, and I know I'm just kicking a horse. He's not a dead horse because he's not fired, and I know it's getting redundant, but if these problems keep happening, I'm going to keep talking about it. Like, when you are joking about that kind of stuff, it is very concerning on like, I'm sure they want to win, but then it comes to like their focus and like feel the commitment. Like when I'm at work, I want to have fun. Yeah, absolutely. But there's just a time and a place where not everything is there to just have fun, especially when you're losing. And even if you're winning, you still shouldn't be doing that kind of stuff. Like, I'm one of those that likes to hold all of that excitement until the very end. Now, the only thing I would do as a softball player, if I pitch a shutout, I'm going to put my fists in the air walking back to the dugout, but I'm not all for one to showboat, and I don't think the Mariners are in any position to do that. And this is where the coaching definitely they definitely need to do some like kind of discipline and be like, hey, this is not the time right now. We've actually have got to win. Now, I'm not saying to do exactly what Bill Bavasi did, like lock the entire team in the locker room. And the reason why that was idiotic, because Bill Bavasi already lost the team. So he didn't even have the respect to do something like that. But there's some things where when you are being the best friend to your players, the respect is not going to be there. The accountability won't be there because it'll be easy to get away with things. And because of that culture that the Mariners have, that is meaning that they're playing very undisciplined baseball, and the management's just not doing anything about it because they just want to be their friend. But great managers, what they're best known for, they are not your friend. I remember the U.S. 1980s hockey team. Herb Brooks said, "I'll be your coach, won't be your friend. If you want friends, take it up with my assistants."
Yeah. Well, and that's and it is. It's like it's a double-edged sword. You don't need to go, like you said, the Bavasi route. Like you said, I'll be very clear if anybody. I'm not questioning anybody's desire on this team to win. I think every single player wants this team to win. I don't think their effort is low, but we see it a lot. Julio's always kind of laughing after things, and I love that Julio plays the game with a passion and has that fun. I'm not against that at all. I love these guys loving the game, but I'm not going to lie. There's been a couple times, I haven't said it before, but I see this team losing 3-0, and someone will make a great play on Julio. Nothing you can do about that. But he's kind of laughing, joking around with him. And I'd be lying if there wasn't sometimes I'm a little bit like, we're losing. I've defended Scott. I think the clubhouse is a cohesive group, and that's good. But then you can go, like you just talked about, too far the other way. Or is it too much like laugh and having fun? That needs to be there, need to be loose. I don't want these guys playing tight, but at the same vein, like, you got to win games. Like, you guys, if you get swept in this series, and they might not, I'm not saying they are, you're 6 out. That's close to being
out of contention.
Yeah.
And I will say this, like, for someone that does work at a Best Buy, I will say it. That is one of my jobs. I'm not afraid to say it. But I will say, like, I've worked in 2 different spectrums of the environment. One where it was completely toxic. You couldn't really have fun. Mm-hmm. That was the Bavasi spectrum.
Right.
But then there are times where you are just having too much fun to the point that you're just distracted from each other. And next thing you know, you're going to end up on a Google review going, I saw 3 blue shirts just standing in one spot, just talking and laughing with each other. And when I talked to them, they felt I felt I was interrupting them. So sometimes when you're just having too much fun, as great as it is, it could be just extremely distracting. And the other team can see that. They will see that and exploit it and use it as weakness against you.
Astro, great point. Just not showing Moses, not playing competitively, just showing up. Yeah, exactly. That's that's how it feels a little bit. Astor, I think, made a great point. Kelenic could use a bit more Julio. I kind of feel that. Kelenic's like, he gets interviews, it's like, yeah, we did this. And it's like, okay, dude, you can smile. But yeah, I agree. And listen, I'm not at all, I think Julio has a tremendous work ethic. I'm not questioning these guys, and Ty too. I'm just saying, as a fan, when you see that sometimes, I'm not going to lie, it gets a little bit like, okay.
It's a little bit much.
Yeah, it's like super funny that we're making outs. Like, and Wilfredo, I agree. I don't think they're going to get swept, but it's just, listen, they've lost the first game. So there's 2 more to go. I don't think they're going to get swept. I think they'll, in fact, I think this was the game I was most concerned about losing in this series. But, they're down 1, so let's see what happens. They got to show it. They can win some of these games. So that's all. Just, I thought that was kind of interesting. And
that was a great Twitter point. I did like that very much. Yeah. So, but let's look at the next games that we've got for Wednesday. We've got Luis Castillo. Looks like he is pitching, and the Yankees haven't even announced their starters yet.
No.
But that's a game where they're going to gotta win that one. And then Brian Wu against German. He's 4-4 with a 4.30 ERA. So I would think that could be an opportunity for the Mariners to get some runs in there. And yes, Brian Wu, as Wilfredo has said, he is getting a lot better. He is definitely doing better, because I will say it. I think that Texas start was just an anomaly. You just came into them right when they're just completely red hot. But ever since then, Brian Wu, he's only given up like 4 runs ever since then. And those 2 runs were pretty much like accident oopsie pitches that turned into home runs. But other than that, I definitely expect the Brian Wu to actually come up with something. And it looks like the Yankees commentator says Cervinho may be the one that is up tomorrow.
I thought he just pitched. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. I could have sworn he just threw in that Boston series, but I could be dead wrong on that.
But yeah, I guess we'll find out soon. But other than that, like, gotta get the offense going. But I would think in the trade deadline they gotta find one more bat, because the DH is just not working. I do think that everything else can work out as long as Dylan Moore can get healthy again, as long as JP Crawford is coming back from injury real quickly. I would think the only thing I really come up with is like maybe get a backup first baseman or get someone that can just hit a ball once in a while. I don't think that to go too much, but
and I'll say this too, like, they also got to be in contention. Like, if they, again, this series is big. I think I'm kind of putting tomorrow's a must win, and Luis has to step up and be the ace tomorrow. He's been good recently, but they need like what the Yankees got from Garrett Cole tonight. The Mariners need that from Luis Castillo, because, I mean, if they drop to 6, and again, we're a long way to go, but we might talk about selling. Who are guys that they would trade if they're out of it. So they've got to get going here, and this is a series they've got to win. This is a Yankee team without Aaron Judge, and with the Mariners pitching, they should be able to win this series. And so that's just my take. And yeah, Wilfredo, Severino pitched against the Red Sox. I think it's someone in my original chat. We had a Yankee fan there, and he was saying who it was. I didn't recognize the name. Who might be going tomorrow? So I don't think Severino pitched against Boston. So. It might be him.
Either way, we'll find out. But I think
we'll eventually find out tomorrow.
Yeah, but I think that's going to do it for our show, because I can't really come up with anything else to talk about, and we're not planning to do a minor league game, even though we were flirting with it. But as of now, we are looking at possibly Thursday and or Friday to be back on the show together. Of course, the Jay Trident will be back. He will be the first one to do it, because I've got work, and the old saying, don't quit your day job unless you are Mr. Beast, basically, or anything close to it. But that will be it. And if anyone has any questions, you have basically 5 seconds. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. So thank you very much for watching the show once again. We will continue to keep doing this. And before the show ends, please hit the subscribe button for the both of us, the Jay Trident Podcast and the Rooftop Mariner. And that is it. And go Mariners, and bad vibes only.